to say, but if you get in my way, it's gonna be the price to pay.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? This computer lost internet again, and I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing it. And we're live. It's the same thing that happened the other day, and it was working fine until I went live, which is weird because I'm not even streaming from this computer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something crazy here. Let me switch this over to here. Let me mute it for now. And then I'm going to switch over to this camera. And see, this computer is the one that's screwing up. I am going to restart it. And then I'll switch back once it's done.
Because you guys should be able to hear me. Although you're not hearing me from this microphone, you're hearing me from that one. I really don't understand it. It looks like my office lost power as well while I was gone, which is weird. Because these two computers, this computer's always on, but these two computers were shut down, which is very weird. Someone said breaking news, false flag at FBI office. What's happening at the FBI office? I didn't even hear. Stay safe, Clinton, Ohio. Man, is there a lot of stuff going on? Someone said echo. There shouldn't be an echo because it's, yeah. You may have had an echo before I just restarted that one. But there's been a shooting at an Ohio FBI office, apparently. And we'll see. Once this computer reboots, then we'll switch back over to this one. And then we will go through this major, big question that I have for all of you guys. And I know you're all going to be like, what the hell? Steve is going live. Steve said he wasn't going live today, remember? Dude just tried to breach FBI office and led to a chase? What? Say what? See, and now I have internet. What in the shit? Man with gun and body armor at FBI office chased and he fired shots at the pursuing office is what April just wrote. This is in Cincinnati. Interstate... Oh, no. So Interstate I-71 North is shut down after a suspect drove towards Waynesville, Ohio. Unconfirmed reports say he's now firing at police from a cornfield. So is this the one?
Breaking news here on WLWT.
Hold on, you guys can't hear that. So let me try to see if I can't get this other thing open. Of course, nothing. And then I'll switch back over to the main camera. See, now, and someone said it's terrible audio. Yeah, it is, because I'm working on a backup right now. So, unfortunately, and what I could do is hook this soundboard into this computer as well. And maybe I'll do that as a fallback when we move to the new office. You know? Oh, yeah, that's some of the news. I'll get to it in just a second. Bear with me. Because I do have a question. I need all of your opinions. We're going to do a massive poll in a minute. A massive poll. April did write an article earlier on this, which is good. All right. So now I have that set up. I have that situated. So let's see. Because now the audio is double. Yeah.
Wait. What? No. Bye. You have one bag of chips. That's it. Get out of here. Hold on. So let me. I know you guys are like, what the hell is Steve doing? There. So now it's working. Isn't that weird how it just all shut down and as soon as I restart this, the internet comes back? Fishy, fishy, fishy. All right. So a pursuit is ongoing. A pursuit and ongoing police situation in Clinton County has shut down 2 highways and prompted an area lockdown on Thursday. It all started after an armed suspect attempted to breach an FBI building in Cincinnati. According to FBI Cincinnati, it started around 9 a.m. when a person showed up at the office in Kentwood and attempted to breach the visitor screening facility. An alarm went off and FBI special agents responded and the man fired a nail gun at law enforcement personnel. The man then held up an AR-15, an AR-15 style rifle before fleeing in a vehicle onto I-71, leading Ohio State Highway Patrol on a pursuit into Clinton County. The FBI, Ohio Highway Patrol, and local law enforcement are now at the scene near Wilmington, where they say they are trying to resolve the critical incident. Clinton County emergency management officials say law enforcement say this. Law enforcement has exchanged shots with the male suspect, who is described as wearing a gray shirt and body armor. EMA officials say the suspect has not yet been taken into custody, but is contained. I-71 is closed between State Routes 73 and 68 in both directions until further notice. State 73 is also shut down in both directions between Mitchell Road and State Route 380. State Route 380 is also closed between State Route 73 and Brimstone. A lockdown is in effect for all buildings within a 1-mile radius of Smith Road and Center Road, according to... Damn, bro. How convenient that this is occurring. Like, we never like the... I don't like the... Is this a live feed of this? No. What is this? This is just nothing. Someone tagged something, but I don't know why, because it was nothing. So Fox News is now also reporting this. Armed suspect at FBI Cincinnati office launches Ohio police chase, shots fired.
On Sprizzy through,
which is insane. Insane stuff. Sounds totally legit, like how he tosses in the AR-15. Yeah, and if he had an AR-15, why would he use a nail gun? I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. But I do have some news, and which is why we're live. Hold on, let me open up the chat. Because I wasn't going to go live today, but we do have some news and I forgot to tell you last night, in addition to interviewing Mickey Whitheft, she is Ashley Babbitt's mother. We're interviewing her on Tuesday. We also have a new show starting next week. It's BX Bullet. You guys may be familiar with her. I don't know what she's calling it. It's either The Rabbit Hole or Bullet Points with BX. But she's going to be on late. It's going to start around 8:30 Central Time, which I believe is 10:30 Eastern Time, Monday and Wednesday. And she is going to be doing a show on Citizen Stringer. She's also going to probably be guest hosting a bunch of episodes with me of The Rational American, our main show, because I want you guys to follow her page. Because she is switching over from Twitch to YouTube, and we've had her on. She's she knows a lot about firearms. She's an instructor and private investigator and competitive shooter, all sorts of stuff. So we are going to have her on our network starting next Monday. So I'm excited about that. I forgot to announce that yesterday, so I apologize. She is going to be making a little trailer, so that's going to be good. And then I just signed a lease for a second location. Yep. I know a lot of you guys are like, what? Yep, up in Winchester, that's gonna be our operations hub. So that's where I'll do my live stream and the majority of all the printing and all the stuff that goes on. I'm gonna hire someone to work in the store here, part time, maybe 1 or 2 people that'll work in the front of the store, and then we will do all packaging, shipping, everything from a new warehouse location in Winchester. The deal was such a good deal, I kind of had no choice. I kind of had to do it, because it was such a good choice. But here's the question. It's actually cheaper than this retail spot and about the same square foot, which is insane because it's it's a flex space warehouse, which is pretty crazy, because they're typically more expensive. But so that's ours. But here's my question, right? So when I went to this place, there was a bunch of different things going on, right? There's a bunch of different warehouse spaces that they had. So they had one that had way more office, not a lot of warehouse, which didn't work for what we're doing because I need to be able to print the shirts. I need to be able to package all the orders, and I need it so trucks can get in to drop off all the big coffee makers and stuff. Yeah, that's down the road. You guys watch. You watch. I am going to change the way coffee is consumed. It's going to be quite a bit sooner than I thought. Someone's saying the sound is still messed up. I don't know why. But here's the other question. So when we were there, initially I wrote to this property manager because they had a warehouse spot that there was no office or anything. It was probably, I would say, a little bit bigger than this room and the whole front of the store. So not dramatically big, but pretty big. And so I was interested in that for some storage space. One, I could park the trailer there. Secondly, I could, just park toys, maybe a race car, like that kind of stuff. I could have there, so it's out of the house. And it was super cheap, right? Super cheap. So today, and then I realized he had the office spaces. And I'll be honest with you, we've been working with a commercial realtor for over a year now to find the space that I just signed the lease for. I had a vision of what I wanted. It's got two offices in the front and then warehouse space in the back and a mezzanine that you can use for storage as well. So it's perfect for what I was looking for the past year. It's actually what I was looking for before because I never had an intention to open a storefront. Now that we're opening the storefront, I don't really like people. If you guys didn't know that, I don't really like people. So this is my way of saying, okay, we'll give out the free coffee here. I'll hire someone to be the talking head, right? And then I'll leave. And I'll go to my office where I'll do the show. I'll continue micromanaging the packing and shipping of orders and stuff and kind of free up some of that time. So I'm excited about that. I think it's perfect. But I have this dilemma because they offered me, in addition to this warehouse space, they offered me this, or in addition to the flex space that I signed the lease for, they offered me and gave me to the end of the day to decide this other warehouse space that used to be used as a powerlifting gym. They offered it to me for an additional $550 a month. My dilemma, because everyone knows that one of the things that I said for so long that I wanted to do was open a powerlifting gym. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm a competitive powerlifter. I finished 8th in the world in 2019 before COVID for 140 kilogram deadlifts. 8th in the world. Competed in Ireland and all that stuff. So here's my question. Do I get this gym space? And even if I don't use it as a gym right now, because I don't, we're not going to have money for equipment or anything, do I just get it because it's $550? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm really curious about, because I know right now we could cover that every month just in super chats. Like YouTube alone will pay for that gym. And then I could you know what I'm saying? It's an industrial gym. That's exactly what I wanted. So that's my question. If you think that I should, and I'm not saying I'm opening a gym right now because I could use it for overflow storage for the warehouse. You know what I mean? I could use it for something, right? Taking shit from my house, whatever. Put a treadmill in there for my wife. Here's the good part too. It's also in the same town as my wife's school. It's also in the same town of where my kids are going to go to school, Winchester. So I'm excited about that because we're close. So here's my question. I'm already getting the office space. We have this space, right? So, and I'll be honest with you. The office space, $1,250, right? Nothing. It doesn't, I can't believe I'm getting it that cheap. This space right here, $1,500 a month, which is dramatically cheap for a storefront on Main Street. The office space, so I will essentially be paying what? Less than $3,000 for 3 separate units. Here, well, yeah, just over $3,100. Here's my question. Press 1 in the chat if you think I need to take this gym space, even if I don't open a gym right now, just to have it because it's $550. And who knows? And there was a powerlifting gym, so people already knew it was a powerlifting gym. So press 1 if you think I should do it. 2 if you think I shouldn't. And it's a very important question that I hope everybody says 1. Because then I'll have a gym too. God, can you imagine the content? Like I'll just do shows while deadlifting 300 or 800 pounds. If I owned a gym, you know damn well I'm going to get up to that 800 pound mark. I cannot deadlift 800 pounds. I'm stuck around 680 right now. Because I don't do that sumo stuff. That's cheating. Hold on. I just realized. Hopefully I'm on Citizen Stringer because the computer fried out while I was trying to switch it. So let me see. I am live. All right. So we're all ones on Citizen Stringer. Someone said we don't know how your money flows. Yeah, but $3,300. Just to put it in perspective, so it would be like $3,100, right? We already have the commercial liability insurance anyway because we had to have it for this space. So I already called our insurance broker and I'm like, hey, I need to add another location. And could you also add this other storage location for right now? And they're like, yeah. And I said, what's the premium increase? And they're like $400. I'm like, a month? And they're like, no, for the year. And I'm like, done. You know what I mean? So that expense isn't too crazy. What I'm not worried about the financial aspects because I could cover that personally. You know what I mean? What I'm worried about is I'm not worried about anything. I wanted you guys, because a lot of the big decisions, many of you guys that have watched my show for a long time, I tend, when I make a big decision, I tend to ask your opinion on it before. Have you guys noticed that? Like when I launched the coffee company, I'm like, should I launch the coffee company? Today we own a massive coffee company. Like I was talking to do you know that I'm one of the largest retail stores in my entire county and we haven't even opened yet? It's just from online sales. Did you know that? Like, isn't that insane? One, if the total amount is $3,100, including the gym space, it is. That includes this storefront, the new office and warehouse, plus the gym space. Bobby said you could open a gym and sell my donuts. We'll both be rich. I'll keep the fat. You get the burn off. That's a good idea. See, for me, it's like, okay, I was paying just to park the RV at a storage lot. I was paying $250, I think. And they wanted an additional, actually, they said they discount it to $450 if I did both the trailer and the RV at the parking spot. This, I get the free parking. The trailer parks there for free. Motorhome could park there for free. I have the storage place. I could open a gym. I could open, oh God, sign on the dotted line. Everyone is saying, is there anybody that doesn't think I should do it? That's a real question. If you're anything like most of us are anyway, you're gonna Silver Nana said 2, so she doesn't think I should do it. Someone said I would start the gym, extra income. Actually, no, you don't make money from gyms. Unless you do classes, and I would never do classes. My wife, but here's the thing, like if I say I bought the equipment, right? And say I invested, it's powerlifting stuff, so we don't do any of the machines, it's all free weights. Here, you know what? Let's ask the person that matters. Liam, come here. You want to be famous? Come here. Come here, hurry up. Here, say hi right there. You got to say it into the microphone.
Hi.
All right. So my other one's with my wife right now. So I have a question for you. Come up here. You know how Daddy just got the new office, right? All right. I told you there was a spot that allows for gyms, right? That I could get the other little spot. Remember I showed you the picture? Do you think Daddy should also open a gym? You got to say yes or no. Right now. Yes or no. Make up your mind. Should daddy open up a gym that'll be right next to your school and you could probably come and play there every day after school? Yes or no?
Sure.
What?
Sure.
All right, go back and watch TV. I win. All of you guys said yes. Even the little brat said yes. My wife is not as on board. Someone said too many ideas, not enough time. Actually, well, that's the beauty of this because I get to relax a little bit. I've been working my ass off to open the store, and I'll be honest with you. The best decision I ever made in terms of the coffee business was doing these TV giveaways. What?
Can I watch one of your things?
No.
There's
Yeah, it's this video. No, you can't watch my show. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so one of the best marketing decisions that I've done was to do the TV giveaways, right? Because one, it has tremendously helped new people purchase from our store, which is great. I think we have 60% of the orders in the past month are from new viewers, which is great. My wife is kind of on board with all of my decisions, but she's still the rational one. So she's like, maybe you should hold on. And but then she's like, but you're never going to get the opportunity again. And I'm like, that's a yes. And I left. That's how the conversation went with my wife. But listen, things in the past like month or two have kind of changed because I realized that I was trying to do stuff I don't necessarily want to do, right? I just want to relax. I just want to have fun with this. I want to build the coffee company. I want to open the store. I want to do those kind of things. And I don't want to open the store because it's going to make me money. No, we'll be lucky if we even break even every month on what it costs to rent this place. I want to open the store because I know that many people coming in for free coffee here are going to see it. You know what I mean? They're going to hear it. They'll buy the shirts or whatever. Even if they don't buy the shirts and they just come in every day for free coffee, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because that's people that are, being exposed to what we do. And to me, that's worth it. It's advertising. Doing these TV giveaways because I don't like using Facebook marketing or ads, even though we're running an ad on YouTube right now to try to boost up YouTube a little bit. We don't try to, pay for anything. We like to be organic, in our advertising. So doing these giveaways was brilliant. I don't know how I came up with that, but it's helped us reach new people. Like you notice now our numbers, granted today it's 1:00 in the afternoon on a Thursday. We have 600 people plus, probably a couple hundred on all the different mobile apps and all that stuff that are watching, which is decent. Our nighttime shows are doing better. And that's because people are paying attention to the giveaway stuff and then they're happy they won, which is great. So someone said free coffee, they buy your coffee. Free coffee equals they do buy your coffee. Because here's the thing, here's how it works. And anyone who's tried our coffee knows this. And we've already run it through all the, whatever, what do you call them? When you try something before you actually do it, what is that called? There's a name for it, and I forgot. But when we used to go out to all the different events, right, all the Trump rallies and stuff, we'd give away free coffee. The one time we started doing that, and I was using a big, 3 or 4 gallon percolator that didn't even make the coffee taste that good. There was a lot of grounds in it and all that stuff. It didn't taste that great. But what we ended up doing is having the coffee cups, brewing up great coffee, and then giving it away. We did it at the People's Convoy as well, except we didn't sell coffee there. We just gave it to everybody. But at all the rallies that we went to, we had coffee for sale, or we directed them online to buy the coffee online. We sold out of coffee every single time we did it because people would buy or they'd get the free cup of coffee. They'd walk away and they'd be like, holy shit, this is great coffee. And so they come back and buy it every time. And a lot of those people are not people that watch my show, and they still order coffee every single month or every week or whatever. I could see them, because I don't recognize the names. So it's so I know that it works, and I know it's a good marketing thing. Plus, people have conversations, cup of coffee over conversations and stuff. So it's good. Maybe if comes in here and this is a very patriotic store, maybe a chair or two or whatever. I don't really want a bunch of people lingering. Well, now I don't care because I'm not going to be here. But I originally didn't want a bunch of people lingering. People come in, grab a cup of coffee, and and, talk and leave. And especially if they ask, like, well, why are you giving away free coffee? Technically, the coffee's not free. You guys, well, it is free, but I get paid for it. And it's too long and too complex to try to explain it to everybody how it works. But yes, I actually make a profit on every single cup of coffee that we give away for free with this method that nobody's done. It's quite brilliant. And our plan is to expand out. So I have already got, and this is going to be news to some of our financial guys that are sitting in the background being like, when is there a return on investment? I've already got 10 gas stations, like convenience stores, that are willing to carry our coffee. And that's just, I went to about 20 of them and everyone's like, yeah, we'll do this. And then I went back to 10 and I said, listen, if I actually do this, will you guys be on board? And they said, yes. And all they have to do, all these gas stations have to do is give our coffee away for free. Because we found a way to monetize every single cup. And it's amazing. It's amazing. And nobody's done it. I'll be honest, I hired a development team yesterday. They are hard at work and building the back end of the tech that we need in order to make it all work. So I just want you guys to be prepared. I'm always going to do a show. We're always going to talk about news. You're going to see Citizen Stringer is going to get bigger and stuff as we go because of some new plans that I have. But this coffee thing is going to blow the hell up because anyone who's had the coffee, nobody's ever not liked the coffee ever. I've never had anybody complain about the coffee ever. They're just like, this coffee is amazing. And it truly is. But we found a way to monetize the cups and Humble. Yeah. See, everyone already knows what, because I already talked about how we're monetizing the cups. I just wasn't doing it here. Humble Goddess and Jennifer have obviously watched the show before, so they understand. So it's brilliant, and nobody's done it before. And so we're having a development team because here's the thing: is it's essentially going to be another company within the coffee company. So we're going to have the consumer side of the coffee company, and then we're going to have an advertising side of the coffee company, and everybody I've talked to, every single company that would carry our coffee, every single company that we would place a machine at, the biggest expense to anything is the machines. So I figured it out with these 10 companies. I'm like, hey, listen, we're not there yet, but if this was good, because even though you lease your machines from everybody else, how about you just pay a one-time deposit? And then when you're done, you get your deposit back in full. And they're like, yeah, absolutely, 100%. That's awesome. I don't have to pay for cups. I don't have to pay for the coffee. I don't have to pay for the machine. Hell yeah. And we give it away for free, so we get all the foot traffic because we put big signs up that say free coffee. Hell yeah. Guess what? The deposit that I pitched covers the cost of the machine. So like it's working. Like, and nobody, and I bet that a lot of people could probably try to steal the idea and stuff. But you don't have the key ingredient here, which is the coffee. You don't have coffee good enough that it's going to do it and keep people coming back. So it's amazing. It's amazing. So that's one of the things that we're going to be doing. I'm going to, matter of fact, right now, I'm going to say it. So I just told him I'll take that gym space as well. Let's do it. You guys ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to... Can you smell what the Rock is cooking? You know what's crazy is even now with the office warehouse, which will be the headquarters, the store here, and the gym, I'm only paying $500 more than I did for the shitty house whose furnace blew up per month. Like, isn't that insane? Isn't that insane? Man. It's pretty amazing. It's going to be amazing. The whole thing. But I wanted to get your opinion because just like everything else, I asked you guys. We did a poll, I believe, way back a year ago when we started the coffee thing. We did a poll and I said, should I start a coffee company? And it was 1 and 2 and 1 and 2s and 1s. And the ones won. And I started a coffee company. And look, got a big coffee company. You know what I mean? A big coffee company. And it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. The hardest part, and this is one of the reasons why I needed a more conducive space for it, the hardest part is packing the orders for the coffee, because we also pack the coffee here. It comes in 20-pound bags. You know what I mean? They grind it at the roaster. At first, we were grinding it here, but I only have a thing that grinds like 8 ounces at a time, so it takes forever. Actually, it doesn't take that long, but I've found that now I can package, seal, label 20 pounds of coffee in 17 minutes. Yeah, see that table right there? You know why that table's there? You can't see it, but behind me over there, that's the big sealer thing. All the coffee bags are on the other side of the wall. And what I do is I set up a whole section behind me and I turn on metal music and I'm like, rah, 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 packaging coffee. Like, no joke. But, with our new roaster, they also worked out a deal. So they're actually packaging a lot of our coffee. So our Flying High, which I just got 50 pounds of, so that'll be shipping. Our Awake Not Woke, we will package that because that comes from a different roaster. And the comparable roast, the Awake Not Woke is like the best coffee we have. So I wasn't going to sacrifice that one. French Vanilla is changing to the new roaster, so it comes prepackaged as well. And the donut shop, decaf, all that stuff. So it's crazy. Someone said, have I considered selling whole bean coffee? Yes, I did consider it. And we carried it for a little bit, but we didn't sell enough. Now that's going to change because again, we started partnering with a new roaster. So it's a little bit more affordable for us to do it. And I'm slowly not, cause I'll be honest. Yeah. I've probably thrown away 50 or 60 pounds of coffee that goes past, like we don't sell it within the first 30 days of being roasted. And in my head, I like extremely fresh coffee. So like when you guys order coffee from me, you'll see on the back of the package, look. Like on the back of the package, we have a roasted date on the back of every single package. It's not going to focus, but in this one is August 8th. This is the Awake Not Woke. So I like fresh coffee. So what I was doing in the beginning, even though my wife yelled at me and a lot of you guys did as well, I would throw away the coffee. So if it was September 8th right now, I'd throw away the coffee. I wouldn't donate it. I wouldn't, because I like fresh coffee. And, when I started this brand, it was what I like. You know what I mean? That's why I only sell, like people are like, oh, why don't you sell tank tops? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Because I don't wear them. I only try to sell, like most of my hats are all Flex Fits hats. The colors of the shirts are because I like them. You know what? It's working. So that's why I do it. But yeah, so I didn't call you. I said, but yeah, is your name, but yeah? Yeah. See, he didn't. Yeah. Victory or death is an amazing, dark, bold choice. Yes. And that's a new formula that's coming in and the new orders that are going out. I think that's the other 50 pounds I have out there. One of the things that we're doing too that's different is we're also going to have tasters. So someone said you could have donated the coffee instead of trash it, but you can't actually do that without them signing liability waivers, and most places won't do that because it's still a food. It's all USDA. And you know what I realized? All of our fucking coffee is hippie organic too. Should I write that? Does that matter to viewers? I didn't know. The other day I was looking and I contacted both roasters and I'm like, wait, what the hell? This is organic coffee? And they're like, yeah, it's all organic. Certified organic. And I'm like, well, maybe I should put out that. But yeah, that's someone said exactly you can't donate out of the code. Yeah, so there's different qualifiers for what you can donate and can't donate. And so yeah, that's why organic is a big plus. Well, all of our coffee is organic. Now you know. I can get the certificate from both roasters. They said that I guess they even will mark it in our name because they both roast custom for us. Michelle said, yes, I will want to buy it now if it's organic. All of our coffee is organic. Now you know. I didn't know that was a big deal because I always think of organic as like granola eating hippies. So when anyone says organic, I'm always like, well, that's like granola, like, you know, the ladies that walk around smelling like patchouli all the time. But yeah, others would get it from the trash and sell it. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't throw it away anymore. What I do is I take the coffee home and we have the older coffee, and our coffee turns so much, you know what I mean? We go through, like I ordered in the past week, I've ordered 800 pounds of coffee. And after last night, a lot of it's already sold. Not all of it, but a lot of it's already sold. But, someone said it's a huge deal. I wondered why you did not spew it. What about the organic? I didn't know. Jane said, put a freezer in your store. It keeps the coffee fresh. Yeah, but I can't. Because here's the thing. There's all sorts of these different health guidelines. Like, for example, we normally, if you're opening a coffee shop, right, you need to have a health inspection. I called them to schedule the health inspection, and they are like, okay, what is this? Blah, 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 this and this and this. And so I said, well, we're giving away the coffee. We're not selling it. And they're like, well, we're not coming out to do a health inspection. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you're not selling the coffee, so you can just give it away. It's fine. And I'm like, can you come out anyway and just do a health inspection? Because, you know, we did a lot of work to the front to try to make it so it's good. And they're like, yeah, no. So apparently because we're not selling the coffee and we're giving it away when it's brewed, and we don't carry milk, right? If we added a fridge, then we need to have health inspections and all that stuff. And then they're going to go, oh, you don't have a triple bay sink. Yeah, you have a wash sink, but you don't have a triple bay sink and all that stuff. So we got it in writing from them. And that's all that matters, you know, that we do not require because we are not doing it and we don't have milk or like half and half or anything like that. We have the little shelf stable stuff. So isn't it weird though? But I never knew that. And to be honest, I called twice because the first lady, you know, she was rude. She's like, we ain't coming out there. You don't need no health inspection. I'm like, no, I do. I'm opening a coffee shop. She's like, you ain't selling it. And I was like, okay, lady. Okay. You know, and then I'm like, can I have it in writing? And she's like, sheesh. Well, yeah, give me your email. And so I gave her the email, and then she's just like, yeah, all right, and hung up the phone on me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm trying to be, you know, complacent here with your laws, you know? And so then I called back because I never got an email. And the other lady was a lot nicer. And she's like, yeah, you don't need a health inspection. And I said, will you do it? And she's like, we're so backlogged right now. No, we won't come out unless you actually require it. And I'm like, okay, so if I start serving milk, will you come out? And she's like, yes, but then you need to comply with this and this and this and this. And I'm like, all right, fuck that. You know? But anywho, but wish you supplied the equipment. We see your coffee. Wish you supplied the equipment. What kind? Oh, well, we are, Bobby. We are. If you want to be a location that gives away, you can't sell the coffee, Bobby. But one of the deals we're going to be doing is we're going to have they're called server, like canisters, essentially. We are the bun direct water line into the back, you know, brews it. I think it's like a gallon and a half at a time. And you could do the dual. You got to pay a deposit, but we are doing that. The only thing is you can't sell our coffee. You got to give it away for free. You know what I'm saying? That's and you're out there, you know, we're not really in your area yet, so you would only be able to work with the national advertisers. But Bobby, if that's something you want to do, let me know, buddy. Because that is exactly what we're doing. We are supplying the brewing equipment as well. So you're just essentially, you pay the deposit on the equipment. There's no monthly charge or anything. In fact, we pay you every month for having it. But yep, Bobby's also a race car driver. If you didn't know, that's why Bobby and I are like this now, because we bonded over some Facebook Messenger race car talk. So instead of milk, what about individual creamers? That's what I'm doing. As long as they're shelf stable, meaning they don't need to be refrigerated, don't have to worry about it. Health department enforces FDA regulations. If you package a fool, they're USDA, not FDA, because coffee is not subject to FDA. It's subject to USDA. And that's why both of our packaging locations, outside of the shit that we package here, are both USDA approved, and we have the certifications on file for that, just in case they ever come a knocking. And yeah, someone said we need cold brew stat. Mandy said I may be interested, and also we have a Keurig though. Yeah, well, we don't do any of those. The Keurig, whatever they're called, K-Cups, we don't do those. But if you own a business, like if you have a convenience store or a deli or something, and you sell coffee right now, like if you're in New England, you buy Green Mountain Coffee, right? You essentially, you lease their coffee maker for a set amount. You have to buy their cups. You have to do all that. We give all of that to you for free. The only thing you have to do is give our coffee away. You're not allowed to sell it. And you still need to scan each cup when they go out so we can track it. But that's it. It doesn't cost you anything. And actually, we pay. So like what we were doing with some of these individual coffee shops when we were pitching it to them is we're like, hey, listen, how much are you making coffee? And they're like $400 a month after everything, $500 a month. And I said, what if we match that? You prove that that's what you're making based on your statements, and we will pay you that every month to give away our coffee for free. And we give you all the machines and everything. And they're like, people are like, how the fuck is this dude doing it? I know, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. You could sell protein and weightlifting items in your gym. Yeah, no, I know. That's one of the things I was looking at for a while too, is starting our own like gym line of proteins and pre-workouts and stuff because, well, they're freaking expensive. And yeah, because then I could sponsor myself. Straight out of truth. Please stand by. Yeah. Let me see if he's messaged me back about this. He didn't, but whatever. Car dealerships, yep. Someone said, what coffee don't you like? In terms of me, I don't like flavored coffee. Never did. Like the hazelnut. We don't sell anything but French vanilla and the pumpkin spice, the Trumpkin. We usually just do French vanilla because that's a favorite. It's like our third favorite, or, people buy that the most. And then the Trumpkin spice, obviously, it's a holiday classic and it's delicious. And so we have those, but I don't like flavored coffee myself. And again, that's the kind of mindset I'm trying to change just a little bit. I'm trying to like, I don't like tank tops, but some of you guys like tank tops. I don't wear women's clothing. So if you noticed, if you go to puretruthcoffee.com, we don't sell a lot of women's clothing because I don't know what, like, you know what I mean? That'd be like me. Like, I don't know shit about women's clothing. And I can't ask my wife because she dresses like a liberal. So I don't, I can't figure out what, the clothing is supposed to be. So I'm working at it. The good part about this expansion and getting the new location, the best part about it is then I can also hire someone to work here in the front part-time just to serve coffee, maybe package orders. Because what I was thinking, here's my question. This is my big question for you guys. Do you think that all of the clothes and everything and coffee should be delivered to the location up there and then we truck it down here to keep it here and then fulfill all the orders? I may do that because this person's likely going to be just brewing coffee all day, sitting around watching TV. I don't know. Because then the other part of me was like, I should keep it up there and just, fulfill the orders. Boom, ba ba bam, ba bam, ba boom, boom. Because here's the thing: if we're not storing all the coffee and stuff here, then what the fuck do I have all this space for? I don't know. That's the thing. We'll have to figure it out eventually. Someone said, I know with my donut shop being very popular in Southern Indiana, it would definitely benefit both of us. Yeah, absolutely. We will talk, Bobby, for sure. I mean, we're still 9 weeks out. So from the time the coffee machines, according to Bun, when I talked to them yesterday, Bun, the coffee maker, they're 9 weeks. Actually, the ones that I was looking at, the satellite ones, they are 10 to 14 weeks out from payment. And I'm like, that's bullshit. And I was like, are they made in America? And they're like, actually, yeah, they're made in Idaho or Canada. And I was like, well, Canada's not America. And she just starts laughing. She's like, I haven't worked off my carbs yet from lunch. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Kate said, I ordered a t-shirt yesterday, but is women's store inventory empty? No, if you ordered it online, you're fine. I'm just saying we don't carry a lot. Like a lot of the women's clothing that we have online right now, those are not shirts that we're printing here, they're partner printers that are printing them. I want to get to the point where we don't need to do that anymore. Jennifer said, can I get an email address? I have a family member who has a food truck in Pennsylvania. Yeah, email is social@citizenstringer.com. But yeah, so that's where we're going with that. We are. I am dead ass thinking about doing TV giveaways. Like that little TV giveaway yesterday, we gave away the 32-inch TV to Janelle, who confirmed this morning. I had to send her a text at 8 o'clock this morning. I'm like, hey, I know you're in like Illinois or something, wherever the hell you are. You have an Illinois number. But I'm like, you want a TV. I know it's super early, but I got shit to do today. So can you please confirm you want it sent to your address? And she's like, oh my God, I want a TV. I've been watching you forever. And I'm like, okay, send me your email. So shout out to Janelle for winning the TV yesterday. So, and the other guy, Josh or Johnny or whatever his name was, he didn't reply to your email. So I'm gonna give you one more day to reply to the email. And if you don't reply to the email, I'm sending the TV to your house anyway. And that's a 55er. Okay. And I'll have, they always take a picture when it's delivered. And anybody else that received a TV, because we've given away 8 of them, anybody else that received a TV, can you do me a huge solid? Will you send a picture of the TV? I know a couple of you did, and I didn't save them. Will you do it again? Email me a picture of the TV with like a big thing like, oh, thank you, or something like that. And whoever won the TV in the August, the mega boxes that we sent out, you still have to let me know that you won because I didn't get it yet. All right. So that's about that. I just want to give you an update. Again, someone said, where did I get the Yeet hat? We made a bunch of them a long time ago. We don't carry them anymore. These hats are not made to order. Well, yes, I have to pre-order them and keep them in stock here. So I will likely do another hat design fairly soon. And then we will do the pre-order for it. And then we will order based on the quantity. I'm just not doing it yet because this hat is, you can't really see it, but it's got the stains from being worn at summer, and see how it's kind of like in. It's because one of my dogs sat on it and like broke that part up there, which annoys me. But yeah, so that's been your update for the day. No news here, so I apologize for anyone that outside of the FBI chase and the storming in that Ohio office. We didn't talk about news. Except for company news, which is very important. And I thought that's why I did this show. I will not be live tonight. Tonight is parent-teacher night at my kids' schools. Plus, my son finds out if he made the football team. My wife is like, it's okay if you didn't. And I'm like, no, it's not. If you didn't make that football team, I want you to walk right up to that coach and because he busted his ass. The kid hasn't been able to walk for 2 days. And every single day, I'm like, you just get out there and you give it all. And he's like, hell yeah, Dad. I want to play football. And I'm like, what are you going to do if you don't make the team? He's like, I'm going to cry. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're going to turn to the kid next to you and you're going to punch him. That's what Oatleys do. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I did say something very similar. My wife is like, no, you're going to be like, I tried hard. And I'm like, we don't do participation trophies in this house, lady. I'll be honest. I hope he does, because he's going through tryouts. Monday, Tuesday, yesterday was canceled because of the thunderstorms. Today is tryouts. They find out if they're on the team and they start practicing tomorrow or Monday, I think, when school starts. If he doesn't make the team, he also wants to play hockey. I didn't want to pay for him to play hockey because anyone whose kids play hockey, it's super expensive. My family did not have a lot of money growing up before I went into the foster care system. And we played hockey. And I remember what a pain in the ass it was and how much money it cost and all the driving and all that. But we were freaking good. I was a good hockey player. And my dad was a hockey player too. I don't know if he does because I haven't talked to him in a long time, but it's freaking expensive. And he used to play hockey and he always wanted to play. And he was always sad when we moved to Florida because he couldn't play hockey. Because it was Florida and there are no ice rinks. I always said if I'm a mega millionaire someday, I will build a hockey rink in this area. Because even now, if he wants to play hockey, we have to drive him all the way to Ashburn, Virginia, which is like an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes. But yep, so that's it. I will not be live tonight. Again, parent-teacher meetings. I do have the schedule all kind of queued up, so that's good. Yeah. That's about it for the day. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. I will let you know because I haven't received an update about this gym spot, but the other spot's mine. We're moving in on the 1st. Oh, wait, here's a good thing. It's got redundant internet. So obviously I'm going to be there all the time, but Comcast now has redundant internet. So we're doing 1.25 gigs down and 35 up. Plus it's got a redundant internet. So if it runs out of power, like if the power shuts off, it switches over to cellular, 4G cellular, which isn't going to be great, but it's better than what happens here when the power goes off. Our show stops. You know what I mean? Because we have no internet. So I'm kind of excited about that as well. And it's half as much. Like the internet here, I pay $490 a month for the internet into this location because we have the fastest internet to do the live streams and all that, which I'm not going to have anymore. So actually, I'm going to be saving money by getting this extra spot. Go figure that one out. Isn't that weird? I literally will, because I think I can now switch to their business plan and get like $100 a month. So I'm saving $300. That means that gym space is only costing me $200 right now. And I don't need to pay for RV parking anymore. So I'm actually making $50 now by getting that gym space. You know what I'm saying? You know, but then you got to add in all the gym equipment and all that stuff, which is going to be expensive. But I just I wanted to ask you guys because it's very important for, me to talk to you about it. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. I will be doing a show tomorrow night at 8:00. I will likely chime in at some point today. When is the White House press conference today? Depending on what time that is, I may actually show that. That may just be live on Citizen Stringer, though. I may not go live to social media. They don't even have one scheduled. Okay. All right. Well, everyone, I will see you later. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.